body, somebody's got to be the foot. Well, what does the Bible say? Blessed are the feet who bring the good news. Somebody's got to be the feet. Feet not all bad. Okay? Somebody's got to be the feet. Somebody's got to be the one that moves this place. Somebody's got to be the one that figures it out. Somebody's got to be the foot. You say, my foot's not important. Oh, yeah, you tried to go without one? Did you know that in the Old Testament, the Hebrew people at one point, they captured a group of people and they didn't kill them because God told them they weren't allowed to kill them. So you know what they did? They cut their big toes off. You say, well, that's silly. Why? Because you can't run very fast if you don't have a big toe. Think about it. You can't run fast. So at least they didn't have to worry about them chasing them. Okay? Somebody got to be a foot. Foot's an important part of what we're trying to be. Not everybody can be the brains. Somebody got to be the muscle. It's not everybody's job to stand and decide what we're going to do, but there are people that help carry it out. And then I will tell you, the way God has wired me, which I sometimes wish was different, but I can stand here today and I can see 2 years down the road what we're going to try to accomplish. I don't see all the stuff in between. That's why I have a governing board and a finance team and an HR team and all the people around me, is because I need them to help me see that stuff, because that's not the way I'm actually wired. Does that mean I'm bad? No. Does that mean that they're better than me? No. It just means they have a different piece of the puzzle. So what's your piece? What's your part? I don't want to wrap up water bottles, Pastor Tom. I want to drive a plane. We need somebody to wrap up bottles. Just a bottle of water. But I don't want to. That's different. I don't want to is different than I refuse to. Or I can't. I don't want to. Here's the sad part. For you to deny that your job is to wrap water bottles is to deny the Creator, the one who designed you, the joy of seeing you really do your thing. If you don't do your part, then the guy who created you, that painted you, that put you together, he never gets to see you do your thing, and he doesn't get to have the joy. Well, I used to live in Michigan, auto industry. My friend Kurt, his dad worked for Ford. And Larry was on the team that redesigned the Ford Mustang. Those of us that grew up in the 60s and 70s, the Ford Mustang was it. It was as cool a car as there was. And then, lo and behold, there comes the gas crunch, and they come out with a new model of Ford Mustang called the Ford Mustang 2. Remember these? Okay? They're little tiny things. And I remember Larry said to me, he said, the saddest part is, it's not a Mustang. So it's called a Mustang. It's not a Mustang. I said, what's a Mustang? He said, a Mustang's 135 miles an hour, not 35 miles a gallon. Somebody built a Mustang to run 135. But then they had to tweak it to get 35 miles a gallon. It's not a Mustang. That's his whole point. You know what? You're a Lamborghini. You're a Ferrari. God has made you to run 150, 160 miles an hour. And a bunch of us will run around like VW Beetlebug cars, putzing around a neighborhood. And God is up there going like, hit the gas one time. Throw that bad boy into fifth gear. See where it'll take you. And a bunch of us were afraid. We're afraid because it's so safe right here. God, this is so cool. I love it. What is that? Why do you want to drive an electric car when you can drive a Lamborghini? And you see those smart cars? They're about this big. You can put it in your pocket. I think it's inflatable. They're tiny. It's a roller skate. And some of you have traded in your Ferrari for a smart car. God has designed you to race and to run and to fly, and you'd rather... Man, the designers up there going, oh, come on, just one time. Just once. Take that thing out on the Autobahn and let it go. Oh, that's not very smart. I'm driving a smart car. Man, that's not smart. Because you never know what it is you could accomplish. As a family here, we give honor to all the people who serve. All the people. Whether you are the janitor, whether you mow the grass, whether you teach children, dogs, or host a French student. And I want you to see how many people at this place voluntarily serve. Set up chairs, take down chairs. If you, in the last 12 months, have given voluntary time to this place, stand up. We have a gift for you. And you please remain standing while these ladies hand out your prizes. I'm just go down this aisle right here. I'm going to explain to you what's in the bag. There's several things. One is there's a Snickers bar because you make us laugh. You will also find in there some sweet tarts. And that's because some of you are sweet and others of you are tardy. There are no airheads. You will also find in there, let me see, there's a candle, which represents you being the light of the faith of our church, of the Lord, to the community. There's also, you'll find in there some like little flaky, snowflakey kind of stuff, and that's because most of us around here are flakes. Listen, what you do and what you have done has been the way that this body has continued to grow and continued to have ministry in East Orlando. Why is that? Well, it's because we don't have 47 paid staff to do it. And you know what? That's not the paid staff's job. It's our job as the body of Christ to be the light to the world. And so the gift may be small, but your part is significant. The gift is just a token way for us to acknowledge that you have invested in us. And so it's just a small gift, but hopefully as you choke down the Snickers bar and the Reese's cup and all that it'll just be a way for you to understand that we acknowledge your investment, the use of your resources to bring about growth in the kingdom. There are some of you here. How many of you in 12 months, you're new here? The last 12 months? Half of you. Those of you that just raised your hand, let me tell you the best way to meet people. Ready? Be a greeter. Okay? Yeah, okay. Here's why. You don't know everybody, and they don't know you, and so nobody knows anybody. And so just stand at the door and say, "Hi, I'm Tom. Are you new here too?" And you'll meet everybody. But let me tell you the significance of this. Those of you that are greeters, you think it's no big deal to stand there and open the door and hand out a worship folder and all that. But you don't know where that person's been Monday to Saturday. You don't know the news they got that week. You don't know what happened in their life that week. And you become the first face that's speaking for God. And a smile and a handshake and a hug and I'm glad you're here. You don't know how far that goes with people. You'll never understand that until you hear a story where somebody says it changed my life. Because I felt welcome here. Those of you that spend time with our children or our youth or our older teens and you spend time on a missions trip or going to a conference or to a convention or you lead a small group, you'll never know the impact that you have in their life until later in their lives. Those of you that have led an adult small group or you participated by setting up chairs or running the sound and all these things are so important. And if they don't get done, the body stops. The body quits functioning. And more than that, you lose. You lose the joy of seeing your car fly like a Lamborghini. God has designed you to be a part of this body, of this family. And we need you to take your place. Because number 4, those of you that are new, please hear me. I got a smile and I'm being very loving. Get in the game. We don't have pews, so we don't have pew sitters. We have chairs, but we don't have chair sitters. This is not a place to come and sit and do nothing. Friends is a place for you to come and get engaged. Okay? Later on today, Dave's going to be thrilled to death to go home and watch the Minnesota Vikings playing a playoff football game. Woo! First time in years they've been in the playoffs. Okay? But you know what? Those of us that are sitting at home with our Diet Coke and our Doritos, and we're the ones saying, "Why did they call that play?" We're not in the game! We're in Orlando! These are the guys that are getting their heads smashed and their backs broken, and here we are at home going, "I wouldn't have done that." Yes, you would have! You'd have run the other way! Listen, don't be a person that is willing to sit in the stands and watch God do something. Get in the game. Be a part of the team. Be a part of the team that wins on a daily basis. Get plugged in. So, Pastor Tom, you don't have anything for me. Oh, yeah? What do you do? Well, I like animals. Well, then let's figure out how to take your love for animals and how to make it into a ministry. Don't tell me we don't have a place for you.